We got a lot of new toys with the Town Hall 13 update, but there are also some things that we lost due to the Town Hall 13 update, and this video is going to tell you the 3 major things that were killed because of the Town Hall 13 update. The first 2 were intentional, and the last one, which is the biggest deal of all, I'm pretty sure it was not intentional at all. We definitely got a lot of new troop levels and even a new troop in the Yeti at Town Hall 13, but one thing that we did not get a new level of is going to be the Bat Spell. It's still maxed at level 5 for Town Hall 12. You do not get a new level at Town Hall 13, so definitely they're trying to leave Bat Spells in the dust, and they did a really good job of that, but not just because it's not getting another level. It has a lot to do with those guys right there. The scatter shots are absolutely insane. 180 DPS, but they're not shooting out a shot every second. They're shooting out shots pretty slow. So you gotta say, if it takes, 3 seconds for another shot, I didn't do the math, but if it does, then you gotta times that 180 by 3, and that's how much damage it's doing per hit. It's just massive, making masses of troops disappear very quickly, and the fact that it targets ground and air. Oh my gosh, let me just move. There we go. Targets ground and air. This was another attempt to just kind of get rid of the Bat Spell at the higher level of competition. Honestly, I don't really have any problem with that. It requires a lot less skill than a lot of other things, but there were some unintended consequences of this new insane scatter shot as well. We'll get into that a little bit more, but for now, at Town Hall 13, which is what matters the most, don't get me wrong, the other Town Hall is a little bit lower, cool, but Town Hall 13 definitely matters the most. The one the World Championship's going to be decided on, one that Supercell Clan War Leagues depends on, that highest level Town Hall. Bat Spells are no longer effective. Not at Town Hall 13, not even close, not even a little bit. They're just completely dead, completely gone out of the meta at Town Hall 13. We're going to take a look at an example of a base right here. If you look at those wizard towers, we've already got 5 of those bad boys. We've had them since Town Hall 12, and every single thing like those that are splash damage that can target air is extremely deadly for bats. And then we got 3 Infernos. Now, most serious bases in higher up clans, those are all going to be set to multi, if not 2 out of 3. This one is rocking 2 single target Infernos, so it'll give those bats a little bit better chance, but then you go in and see the scatter shots. That is 2 more splash damage, air targeting defenses that will absolutely annihilate bats instantly. Of course, the Town Hall has been bat-proof since Town Hall 12. That's certainly no different at Town Hall 13, but when you add all that together, it's just way too much air targeting, splash damage to really have any success with bats. Sippin's gonna try to get it done here, but unfortunately, bats just are not what they used to be. I mean, if they had like an extra level at Town Hall 13, and you could account for enough of those splash damage structures with your main portion of your drive, then they might have a shot. But that combination of adding even more air targeting splash damage and them not getting another extra level means that bats are just completely ineffective at Town Hall 13 now. Unfortunately, this push gets stopped pretty darn early. Just too much splash damage coming in there from those scatter shots, that Town Hall blast, all the above. The main push is already dead. Look at that scatter shot is already teeing off at that super long range on those Bat Spells. They do not stand a chance. Not even close. Here we go. So there you go, guys. It's just not in the meta anymore at Town Hall 13. The next casualty of the Town Hall 13 update was to be expected. In fact, I called it way ahead of time, but that is going to be the fact that Town Hall 10s are gone from competition. Any serious competition, competitive clan up in the higher area, Town Hall 10s are just gone. We're going to go down to the very lowest person in our clan right here that's usually Town Hall 10, but not anymore because there are no more 10s in the WHF family. Tribe Gaming family is just, it's gone. So that's not a surprise. The game moves forward. If you don't like it, upgrade, that sort of thing. And Town Hall 11 is a lot of fun too. So, if you're in that boat, don't be obsolete. Upgrade to Town Hall 11, join the fun, or, keep going higher. Town Hall 13 is where all the new toys are. So, Town Hall 10 definitely also dead. For any sort of competitive purpose, it's all gone, but that one is not a surprise. This next one, however, was a surprise. Lavaloon is dead at Town Hall 13 for a number of reasons, but the biggest one right here comes right back to these scatter shots. Once again, massive air targeting splash damage. They just make loons disappear so fast. So as a result of that, we've seen lavaloon just disappear from the meta at Town Hall 13. That's not the only reason though, because theoretically you could freeze those. All right, it was already, it was already tough to do at Town Hall 12, just because for the Town Hall you either had to queen charge it or definitely save the Grand Warden ability for the Town Hall. Plus, if you're running 3 multi-target Infernos, that can be difficult to cope with. And then when you add the scatter shots into that already difficult to Lalo base, then it ends up being very difficult. Not only that, but we already had the queen to deal with, shooting down those loons on the backside if you didn't kill her. But now we've also got the Royal Champion, which for some reason targets air. Look at that, ground and, I gotta move again, ground and air targeting. So you not only have the Archer Queen hitting your loons when you're trying to clean up that backside of the base with those remaining loons, you've also got a whole nother champion that's sniping down your loons. Now, I'm not gonna say it's impossible to do. The only thing that I've seen done just by like super top pros, like I think I saw Eve check 12 pack, but that was with Queen Charge lavaloon. So with that, he is Queen Charging, a good half of the base, and then absolutely expert lavaloon for the rest of it. For most of the rest of us, it's not even worth trying anymore at Town Hall 13. Now, how could, and I don't think Supercell intended to do that. I think with scatter shots, they really wanted to just get rid of bat spells at the higher levels of the game. I don't have any problem with that. I don't think they meant to kill lavaloon. So how they could fix it, here's just a few ideas. You could make the scatter shot just a ground targeting defense, and as long as you didn't give bat spells an extra level, as long as you didn't never bump them up to level 6, I still don't think they would be that good at Town Hall 13. Just keep them at that level 5, that Town Hall 12 level. Make the scatter shot a ground targeting defense, would make lavaloon possible again. Another thing that would help, although not as much as the scatter shot nerf, would be to make the Royal Champion just a ground targeting hero. All right, ground and air, I don't really feel like there's any reason to have it targeting air except for defending lavaloon. That's really the only use that I can think of for it. Not that many people are trying to accomplish a CC kill with the Royal Champion, at least not yet. So most of us wouldn't even notice if that got set to ground targeting only. That's just another suggestion. Of course, another way they could go about it is just to buff loons, all right? Just buff the loons, but it would have to be, I would think, if they didn't change anything else, I would think it would have to be a pretty significant HP buff to make lavaloon a viable strategy at Town Hall 13 again, especially as any sort of mass attack like Sui Lalo, when you're bringing a ton of hounds and loons and trying to take down most of the base with it. Just not going to happen right now unless they make some changes. But I don't want to leave you guys hanging, just telling you what's not going to work anymore. I want to show you what is still working, or well, what is working the best, even better than ever at Town Hall 13 right now. So now we're going to go over 3 things that are crushing Town Hall 13s. First one that's absolutely crushing it at Town Hall 13 right now is going to be the Yeti Smash. Got my example going up on the screen right here. Now, there's lots of different little adjustments you can make to this attack to make it a little bit more successful. Sometimes you're going to add more P.E.K.K.A.s, although if I see a single near the entry point there, then I tend to drop the P.E.K.K.A.s and bring more Yetis. Also, you'll see different combination of Earthquake and jump spells. On this one, I figured if I just quaked right in the middle, it would not only do a lot of damage to some of those core high hit point structures, but also open up the majority of the base. So other times you're going to bring a jump and 4 quakes. Sometimes you're just going to need a couple of jump spells. So it varies. Depending on the base, you want to try and open up access to pretty much everything to those Yetis. And then you can either have hogs coming out of your siege barracks and back them up with the Royal Champion, or sometimes you bring a Stone Slammer on the backside with a haste freeze full of loons. And a lot of times you'll still use the Royal Champion in that case, either to snipe an air defense, to make that Stone Slammer last a little bit longer, or just kind of going along with the hogs or the loons otherwise. Although the Royal Champion does work better with hogs since they're both ground defenses. The hogs will be able to actually tank for the Royal Champion. You'll be able to save that Royal Champion ability much longer and then use it at a point where you can really get rid of some defenses with that 4 defense shield throwing thing that she does. Here we go, Royal Champion still full health, has not popped her ability quite yet. A lot of those times you're going to drop that heal on the hogs, but I didn't have that many hogs, so I just went ahead and dropped the heal in the core there on some other troops so they could do some tanking for the hogs and world champion as she comes around the backside. Here we go. She goes in and pops her ability, takes out a few more of those defenses, and gonna have enough to get this finished off. In fact, we're gonna go to ×4 because we already know this base is wrecked. Got cleanup, had another loon there, dropping that cleanup around, getting the base cleaned up. But there's 2 more attacks that are also crushing it at Town Hall 13 right now. Queen Charge Hogs is next on our list here, and it is absolutely annihilating bases, but the one that I'm saving for last seems to work even better on even more bases. The beautiful thing about, well, all right, hold on, we're talking hogs here. I was getting ahead of myself. Hogs, you want to try and get that queen down, but just in case you need some help killing heroes on the backside, the Royal Champion has been very effective at doing that. Of course, with Hog Riders, you do either want to take out that Town Hall with the Queen Charge portion of the attack, or make sure that you save your Grand Warden ability for it later on. But I don't know if you guys have noticed or not, but Hogs are the highest level troop in the game. They're the first and only troop in the game to get a level 10, and that's because they got not only 1 level upgrade at Town Hall 12, but 2. At Town Hall 11, you were at 7, and then at Town Hall 12, you got to upgrade to 8, and then level 9, and then at Town Hall 13, we got our first ever level 10 troop in the game, which is the Hog Riders. They got plenty of HP, and they're getting it done on so many bases. Nice surgical deployment from Martin here. Got them kind of broken up into 2 main groups just because that's what the base kind of required. Royal Champion only level 15, but working alongside those hogs. Expect that ability to pop out when her health gets low and really do some nice damage to some high hit point defenses and take out, you know, several lower HP defenses immediately upon using that shield ability. Got 1 more heal spell. Those hogs are really converging. Oh man, that scatter shot does massive damage to them. So anytime you're planning on having your hogs come into range of that scatter shot, make sure you got a heal spell already there, already ready, healing up those hogs. Because if you're a little bit late around a scatter shot, you just don't have enough time to recover. If you're late with the heal around a scatter shot, your troops are going to disappear. It is an absolutely devastating defense, but hogs are up to the challenge, especially with the Queen Charge Hog attack at Town Hall 13. Now we've got the most versatile attack at Town Hall 13 right now. Very, very strong. Very, very versatile. Queen Charge Miners. Miners got an additional level at Town Hall 13. Now up at level 7. They got a significant HP boost with that and a little bit of a damage increase as well. But the main thing is these things are definitely strong enough to hold up to these Town Hall 13 defenses when you pair them with a Queen Charge. I have not seen any sort of mass miner attacks at Town Hall 13. I don't think that's really a thing. They're not all that strong, but if you can pair them up with a Queen Charge or a Queen Walk that's going to get plenty of value, create some nice pathing for your miners, then you can rely on them to take out the rest of the base. The reason I say that it is the most versatile, and I say this all the time when I'm talking about miners, but a lot of people haven't seen those other videos, so I gotta say it again. The reason they are so versatile is they can deal with anything in the base that you really need them to. As long as you get some good value, create some good pathing. Oh my god, his queen is totally not going to take that jump, and he's still going to triple this base with a swag spell. Oh, this is crazy, but this is how strong miners are. They can deal with the Town Hall without a Warden ability. As long as you're not raging them, they will go underground after destroying it and not come back up until that Gigabomb, or whatever they're calling it at Town Hall 13, has already gone off, so you don't have to save a Grand Warden ability for the Town Hall with miners. Also, enemy heroes, they direct target the next closest building or structure, and if they are attacked by a hero, they will quit what they're doing and go to kill that hero. So it's not like hogs or loons, which will basically ignore the heroes until all the defenses are down. Miners will kill them immediately, and since they're fully capable of killing those heroes, you don't have to worry about charging those heroes as part of a Queen Charge. I love that jump on the miners right there. Oh man, just once. I want to see a miner like hop up and take a jump over the wall. That would be super epic. But of course, not going to happen. Queen breaks her way in, still going to grab enough value to get this base taken out with a swag spell. The queen walked the wrong way. Jump was not even needed, and you guys are seeing firsthand here, those miners are dealing with those heroes. They just killed the enemy defensive queen, and they work really well alongside that royal champion, almost just as symbiotic as hogs and a royal champion. The hogs and royal champion really stay together because they both target defenses, but miners are a ground troop as well, so they do almost as good of a job tanking for that royal champion as the hogs do. And guys, look at this. Base is wrecked. Queen is still alive, completely swagged on accident. That jump spell. We still got a royal champion alive. We still got miners on all corners of the base, so there you go. Yeti smashes. Queen charge hog attacks and queen charge miners still extremely effective at Town Hall 13. Bat spells are done for now at Town Hall 13, and lavaloon is done also at Town Hall 13 for now. Right on the screen you should see a couple links to some other videos you might be interested in watching. Also in the middle, if you haven't subscribed to the channel yet, click that button in the middle, subscribe to the channel, and friends, I'll see you in the next video.